The morning sun cast long shadows across the desert facility as Dr. Lisa Rodriguez adjusted her lab coat for the 100th time. Today was the day that would change everything. After months of preparation, Earth was about to welcome its first alien visitor. The spacecraft had landed 3 days ago in the Nevada desert, sleek and silver like a teardrop frozen in time. Inside was Zara, a young explorer from a distant planet called Kepleron 7. Her people had been watching Earth for decades, and finally, they decided to make contact. Lisa walked through the sterile corridors of the research facility, her heart pounding with excitement and nervousness. As Earth's leading expert in space biology, she had been chosen to be Zara's guide and medical supervisor. It was the opportunity of a lifetime, but also a huge responsibility. The alien quarters looked more like a luxury hotel suite than a laboratory. Scientists had worked around the clock to make the environment as welcoming as possible. They had studied the atmospheric readings from Zara's ship and tried their best to recreate familiar conditions. When Lisa entered the main room, she gasped softly. Zara stood by the window looking out at the Earth landscape with wonder. She was humanoid but clearly different. Her skin had a slight blue tint and seemed to shimmer with tiny points of light, like stars scattered across her arms and face. She was tall and graceful, with large, curious eyes that seemed to hold the wisdom of the cosmos. "Hello," Lisa said softly, using the universal translator device clipped to her collar. The machine hummed quietly as it converted her words into Zara's language. Zara turned, and her skin immediately began to glow with gentle golden patterns. Through the translator, her voice came through clear and musical. "Greetings, Dr. Rodriguez. I am honored to meet you." The first few hours went smoothly. Lisa showed Zara around the facility, explaining human customs and answering countless questions about Earth. Zara was fascinated by everything, from the way humans walked on 2 legs to how they used their hands to manipulate objects. But then came time for the mandatory medical examination. Lisa had prepared extensively for this moment. Earth's health protocols required all visitors from space to undergo thorough medical screening to prevent the spread of unknown diseases or biological hazards. She had studied Zara's species extensively through the data provided by the Kepleron ship. "Now, Zara," Lisa explained gently, "we need to make sure your body can handle Earth's environment safely. Our air has different bacteria and particles than your home planet." Zara nodded, her skin patterns shifting to show understanding and cooperation. Lisa opened her medical kit and pulled out a small bottle of supplements. "These will help your immune system adjust to our atmosphere. They're completely safe and designed specifically for your biology based on the information your people provided." She shook 2 small capsules into her palm. They were no bigger than rice grains, colored a soft green. "You'll need to take these twice a day for the first week," Lisa continued, holding out the capsules toward Zara. The reaction was immediate and shocking. Zara's skin exploded with bright red flashes, pulsing like an alarm system. She stumbled backward, her eyes wide with what could only be described as pure terror. The gentle musical quality of her voice became sharp and urgent. "You want me to put those things inside my body?" Zara's translation came through with obvious distress. "Are you trying to harm me?" Lisa was completely taken aback. No, these are medicine. They'll help you stay healthy while you're here on Earth." But Zara's distress only grew worse. The red patterns on her skin intensified, and she began making rapid, high-pitched sounds that the translator couldn't process. Within seconds, alarms began blaring throughout the facility. "What's happening?" Lisa asked, trying to stay calm despite her confusion. Through the chaos, other scientists rushed into the room. Dr. James Park, the facility director, appeared at Lisa's side, his face pale with worry. "The Kepleron ship is receiving distress signals," he reported urgently. "They're talking about aborting the entire mission. Whatever's happening here, they think their representative is in immediate danger." Lisa looked at the tiny green capsules still in her palm, then at Zara, who was now pressed against the far wall, her skin continuing to flash warning colors. How could something so simple have gone so wrong? "Zara, please," Lisa said, setting the capsules down on a nearby table and raising her hands to show she meant no harm. "I don't understand what's frightening you. These are just vitamins, medicine. They're meant to help, not hurt." Through the translator, Zara's voice came through shaky but clearer. "In my culture, putting solid objects inside one's body it's something we only do when someone is dying. It's invasive and dangerous. The fact that you would suggest it so casually makes me think you see me as your enemy." The room fell silent except for the humming of various machines. Lisa felt her heart sink as she realized the magnitude of the misunderstanding. What seemed perfectly normal to humans was apparently deeply offensive and frightening to Zara's people. "I had no idea," Lisa whispered. "We never meant to upset you. This is just how human medicine works. We take pills and capsules all the time. It's completely normal for us." The red patterns on Zara's skin began to fade slightly, replaced by confused swirls of purple and blue. "But how do you get nutrients into your body?" Zara asked, her voice filled with genuine curiosity despite her fear. Lisa realized that this was more than just a cultural difference. Zara's people might have completely different biology than humans. She thought back to the biological data the Keplerans had provided, information that had seemed strange but that the science team had assumed was just different terminology. "We eat food and swallow medicine," Lisa explained carefully. "It goes into our stomach and our body absorbs what it needs." "How do your people do it?" Zara's skin patterns shifted to what Lisa was beginning to recognize as surprise. "We absorb everything through our skin and special organs. We don't have what you call a stomach in the same way. All our nutrients come from liquids that we absorb directly." The pieces began falling into place. No wonder Zara had reacted so strongly. To her people, swallowing something solid would be like asking a human to breathe water. Outside, the Kepleran ship was still sending urgent signals, and Earth's diplomatic team was scrambling to prevent an interstellar incident. But in this quiet room, two very different beings were starting to understand each other. "I'm so sorry," Lisa said sincerely. "I should have asked more questions about your biology before assuming human medicine would work for you." Zara's skin began showing softer colors, and she slowly moved away from the wall. "And I should have asked about your customs instead of assuming the worst." As the immediate crisis began to calm, Lisa realized that this misunderstanding, as frightening as it had been, might actually be the beginning of something wonderful. If they could work together to solve this problem, it could open doors to collaboration neither species had ever imagined. The real adventure was just beginning. The emergency meeting room buzzed with tension as government officials, scientists, and military personnel crowded around a large conference table. Red lights flashed on communication panels, and the sound of urgent radio chatter filled the air. What had started as humanity's greatest achievement was quickly turning into a potential disaster. Dr. Lisa Rodriguez sat at the head of the table, still wearing her lab coat, which now felt heavy with the weight of responsibility. Across from her, General Patricia Williams leaned forward with her arms crossed, her expression stern and unforgiving. "Doctor, I need you to explain to me how a simple medical procedure turned into an interstellar incident," the general said, her voice cutting through the noise in the room. Lisa took a deep breath. "It wasn't a procedure, General. It was just vitamins. Something we give to people every day without thinking twice about it." "Well, your alien friend certainly thought more than twice about it," interrupted Ambassador David Chen from the State Department. "The Kepleran ship has been broadcasting distress signals for the past 2 hours. They're convinced we're trying to harm their representative." Through the facility's windows, everyone could see the silver spacecraft hovering about a mile away from the compound. It had moved from its original landing site and was now positioned defensively, with what appeared to be protective shields shimmering around its hull. Dr. James Park, the facility director, pulled up a holographic display showing the communication logs. They'd been sending the same message repeatedly. Human medical practices deemed hostile. Evacuation of diplomatic representative requested immediately. Lisa rubbed her temples, feeling a headache building. They don't understand our biology any more than we understood theirs. What seems normal to us is completely foreign and threatening to them. "That's exactly the problem," General Williams replied sharply. "We've spent months preparing for this moment, and now it's falling apart because nobody did their homework properly." "That's not fair," Lisa shot back, surprising herself with her boldness. The biological data they provided was technical and limited. We couldn't have known that oral medication would be so problematic for their species. Meanwhile, in the alien quarters, Zara sat quietly in what humans would recognize as a meditation pose. Her skin showed calm blue patterns, but occasional flashes of worried yellow betrayed her inner turmoil. The universal translator sat nearby, ready to convey any communications from her ship. The device crackled to life with a familiar voice. It was Commander Thane, the leader of her expedition. "Zara, report your condition immediately," the voice said with obvious concern. "I am unharmed." "Commander," Zara replied, her skin shifting to reassuring green hues. "The humans did not intend to cause distress. The medical procedures they attempted are considered aggressive by our standards," Commander Thane responded. "The Council is debating whether to terminate this mission for your safety." Zara's skin flashed with urgent orange patterns. "Commander, please give me time to understand their ways. I believe this was a misunderstanding, not an act of hostility. The safety protocols are clear. Zara, if the humans cannot provide appropriate medical care without resorting to invasive procedures, the mission cannot continue." Back in the meeting room, the debate was growing more heated. Some officials argued for giving up on the diplomatic mission entirely, while others insisted they could find a solution. "Maybe we should just let them go," suggested Dr. Reynolds from the medical team. "If their biology is so different from ours, how can we possibly ensure their safety during an extended stay?" Lisa stood up suddenly, her chair scraping against the floor. "We can't give up now. This is the first contact between our species. Do we really want it to end because of a medical misunderstanding? What do you propose?" Ambassador Chen asked, leaning forward with interest. "Give me time to work with Zara," Lisa said, her voice growing stronger with conviction. "Let me understand exactly how their biology works. There has to be a way to keep her healthy without using methods that frighten her." General Williams shook her head. "Doctor, we don't have unlimited time. Every hour this crisis continues makes us look incompetent to their people and to our own government." Lisa walked to the window and looked out at the Kepleran ship. "What if the solution isn't about changing what we do, but about changing how we do it?" Dr. Park joined her at the window. "What do you mean?" "Zara mentioned that her people absorb nutrients through their skin," Lisa explained. "What if we could develop alternative delivery methods? Patches, cream, something that works with their biology instead of against it?" The room fell quiet as people considered this possibility. It was Ambassador Chen who spoke first. "How long would something like that take to develop?" Lisa turned back to face the room. "I don't know yet. But I know someone who might be able to help us figure it out." "Who?" General Williams asked skeptically. "Zara herself," Lisa replied. "She's a scientist too. Her people wouldn't send someone unprepared for this kind of mission. If we work together, combining human and Kepleran knowledge, we might find a solution that works for both species." The suggestion was met with mixed reactions. Some officials worried about sharing human medical technology with an alien species, while others saw the potential for unprecedented scientific collaboration. Dr. Park stepped forward. "I think it's worth trying. We have communication channels open with their ship's medical team. We could arrange a joint consultation." General Williams remained unconvinced. "And if it doesn't work? If we waste days on this experiment, while their government loses patience?" Lisa met her gaze steadily. "Then at least we'll have tried everything possible before giving up on the most important moment in human history." The debate continued for another hour, but eventually the decision was made to give Lisa's approach a chance. The stakes were too high to abandon the mission without exploring every option. As the meeting dispersed, Lisa made her way back to the alien quarters. She found Zara still sitting quietly, her skin showing patterns of deep thought. "Zara," Lisa said gently, "I have an idea that might help both of us." Zara looked up, her large eyes reflecting hope and curiosity. "I am willing to listen. What if we work together to solve this problem? Your medical knowledge combined with ours might create something neither of us could develop alone." For the first time since the incident with the capsules, Zara's skin showed truly bright, optimistic colors. "You would trust me with your medical knowledge?" Lisa nodded. "If you would trust us with yours." It was a gamble that could either save the first contact mission or make everything even more complicated. But as Lisa looked at Zara's hopeful expression, she felt certain it was the right choice. The next phase of their unlikely partnership was about to begin, and with it, the possibility of turning a cultural collision into a bridge between worlds. The medical research wing of the facility had been completely renovated to accommodate the growing partnership between human and Kepleran scientists. What started as a simple solution to Zara's medication problem had evolved into something much bigger than anyone had imagined. Dr. Lisa Rodriguez walked through the expanded laboratory, marveling at how much had changed in just 2 weeks. Holographic displays showed molecular structures floating in mid-air, while Kepler and bioscanners hummed quietly alongside human equipment. The walls were lined with charts comparing the biological systems of both species. "Lisa, you need to see this," called Dr. Angela Foster, a biochemist who had joined the project from Johns Hopkins University. She was standing next to a computer terminal, her eyes wide with excitement. Lisa hurried over, followed by Zara, whose skin was glowing with curious yellow patterns. Over the past few days, Lisa had learned to read Zara's color changes like facial expressions. "What is it?" Lisa asked, looking at the data scrolling across the screen. Angela pointed to a graph showing absorption rates. "The transdermal patch we developed for Zara isn't just working for alien biology. We tested it on human volunteers, and the results are incredible." The numbers on the screen told an amazing story. The patch technology, which combined human engineering with Kepleran biofiltration principles, was delivering medication into human bloodstreams with 97% efficiency. Traditional pills typically achieved only 60 to 70% absorption. "This could revolutionize human medicine," Angela continued, her voice filled with amazement. "Patients who have trouble swallowing pills, people with digestive issues, anyone who needs precise medication timing, this technology could help millions of people." Zara's skin shifted to proud green patterns. "Your species' manufacturing abilities combined with our biofiltration knowledge create something neither could achieve alone." Dr. James Park joined the group, carrying a tablet filled with messages from around the world. "The pharmaceutical companies are going crazy over this. We've received collaboration requests from every major medical research institution on the planet." Lisa felt a mix of excitement and responsibility. What had started as a simple cultural misunderstanding was turning into one of the most significant medical breakthroughs in human history. "There's more," Angela said, pulling up another set of data. "The Kepleran filtration principles are giving us insights into cellular absorption that we never had before. We're already developing treatments for conditions we thought were untreatable." But the real surprise came later that afternoon, when Zara made an unexpected announcement. "During their daily research meeting, I have received permission from my people to share something with you," Zara said. Her skin showing formal blue patterns that Lisa had learned indicated important news. The room fell silent. Scientists, government officials, and medical researchers all turned their attention to the alien diplomat. "Our biofiltration technology has applications beyond medicine," Zara continued. "We use similar principles for environmental purification, food processing, and even space travel life support systems." Dr. Park leaned forward. "Are you saying you'd be willing to share that technology too?" Zara's skin brightened. "The success of our medical collaboration has convinced the Kepleran Council that humans are trustworthy partners. They have authorized expanded technology sharing. The implications were staggering." Lisa could hardly process what this might mean for humanity's future. Over the next few days, the facility became a hub of international activity. Representatives from the United Nations, NASA, the European Space Agency, and dozens of research institutions arrived to participate in the expanding collaboration. But amid all the excitement, Lisa noticed that Zara seemed to be struggling with something. Her skin patterns had become more muted, and she often stared out the windows with a distant expression. "Is everything okay?" Lisa asked during a quiet moment in the lab. Zara's skin flickered with uncertain purple patterns. "I am scheduled to return to my ship next week." Lisa felt her heart sink. She had grown so accustomed to working with Zara that she couldn't imagine the project continuing without her. "But the research is just getting started," Lisa protested. "We have so much more to discover together." "I know," Zara replied sadly. "But my people have other missions planned, and I have responsibilities to my own planet." That evening, Lisa found herself working late, trying to document as much of their collaboration as possible before Zara's departure. She was so absorbed in her work that she didn't notice Dr. Park entering the lab until he cleared his throat. "Lisa, we need to talk," he said, his expression serious. Lisa looked up from her notes. "What's wrong?" Dr. Park sat down across from her. The government wants to keep this technology classified. What do you mean? They're worried about giving other countries too much access to advanced alien technology. There's talk of limiting who can participate in future research. Lisa felt a surge of anger. That's exactly the opposite of what this project is about. Zara shared her people's knowledge because she trusted us to use it responsibly. I agree, Dr. Park said, but the decision might not be up to us. The next morning brought an emergency meeting with government officials. Lisa sat next to Zara, both of them facing a panel of serious-looking bureaucrats and military personnel. General Williams spoke first. While we appreciate the scientific value of this collaboration, we have security concerns about widespread technology sharing. Zara's skin immediately showed distressed red patterns. Through the translator, her voice carried clear disappointment. We shared our knowledge in the spirit of mutual benefit for all humanity, not just one nation. Ambassador Chen tried to mediate. Perhaps we could establish controlled research partnerships with selected allies. But Zara was already standing. Her skin cycling through patterns that Lisa had learned indicated deep offense. This is not what we agreed to, Zara said firmly. If humans cannot share knowledge freely among themselves, how can we trust you to share responsibly with other species? Lisa stood up as well. She's right. This technology could help people all over the world. We can't keep it locked away for political reasons. The debate continued for hours with Lisa and several other scientists arguing passionately for open collaboration. The government officials remained concerned about national security and competitive advantages. Finally, Zara made a proposal that surprised everyone. What if we establish an international research foundation? She suggested. A neutral organization dedicated to developing these technologies for the benefit of all humanity, with oversight from both human and Kepleran representatives. The room fell quiet as people considered this idea. It was Ambassador Chen who spoke first. That could work. An international body with transparent goals and shared governance. General Williams looked skeptical. And how would we ensure security? Zara's skin showed confident golden patterns. The same way we ensure scientific integrity, through openness, collaboration, and mutual accountability. The proposal wasn't approved immediately, but it opened a new direction for negotiations. As the meeting ended, Lisa felt cautiously optimistic about the future. Walking back to the lab with Zara, Lisa reflected on how much had changed since that first day when a simple vitamin capsule had nearly ended humanity's first contact with an alien species. Do you think this will work? Lisa asked. Zara's skin showed hopeful blue patterns. I believe that when intelligent beings work together toward common goals, anything is possible. As they entered the lab for another day of groundbreaking research, Lisa knew that whatever challenges lay ahead, the partnership they had built would continue to create possibilities neither species could have imagined alone.